Brother Harrison!
Historian, how are you today, sir?
Quick, give me an adjective that sounds scary.
An adjective that sounds scary. I don't know. I can't think of these things. This is the unfortunate bit of my writing process when I write books. I'm a slow burn kind of writer. These things come to me over the course of hours. You can't spring it on me like this. I'm sorry.
No, I understand.
I have failed you. I am ashamed of myself. Anyway.
It's okay. We're going to go with giant. Give me an animal.
Cheetah. That's the first thing that popped into my mind. Cheetah.
Giant cheetah. Nice. Give me some force of the universe. Electromagnetism, nuclear, gravitational, magical.
Sure, let's go magical. Giant magical cheetah.
Giant magical cheetah. Give me a place that sounds unusual and foreboding. It can be the depths, parts unknown, the swamp, Aurora, Illinois.
I was going to say Vladivostok, Russia, but
Vladivostok, Russia. Okay, so I'm writing a script for a 1950s monster movie. It's the giant magical cheetah from Vladivostok, Russia. I gotta draw them real quick. These are gonna be the special effects in the film too, is my storyboard. Hang on,
oh dear.
1 second. 1 second.
Historian, have you been hitting up the special sauce again? How many times have I told you not to do that? It may do wonders for your creative writing style in the short run, but that stuff just rots your brain. Eventually you turn into the Asylum movie pictures.
Shut up! Drugs are good for you! Okay, here we go.
He's also from Portland, so of course he's going to say that.
This is going to be an effect shot in the film. Harrison, look out! He's right behind you!
No, I'm not going to look.
Brother Harrison, hello. How are you, sir?
I am fine, historian. How are you today, sir?
I don't know what the fuck that was all about. We're here today to watch some bullshit. What am I doing with my life, sir? What are we doing here? Why are we here? What are we doing?
Well, what are we doing? We are going to react/review this movie from 1957 starring Peter Graves and Peggy Castle. And why are we here? Because I suggested it. Because you have suggested the last, was it 2 videos that we reacted to? Adventures in Iraq, and what was the last one we did before that? I can't remember.
That was Teenagers from Outer Space, which was your suggestion.
Oh yes, that was right. So I'm
not a horrible film.
Quite hilarious, in fact. As was the previous one, which is pure gold in my humble opinion.
However, this one, beginning of the end, 1957, starring Peter Graves and Peggy Castle. I didn't look up any plot details, as we are not allowed to do. Full disclosure, you've seen this a few times. I have not.
I have. So I know what's going to happen, and I just want to see the look on your face. Okay. I just want to see the look on your face when it happened. And trust me, you'll know what it is.
Excellent. I'm very, very excited to get to it. Very strange title. I did look up some things about the people. I know Peter Graves was in the Airplane films, which are very popular with folks my age, maybe not so much with folks your age. He was the pilot.
I've seen Airplane. I love that movie. I've also seen a sequel. Was it Airplane 2 with William Shatner and they go into the moon?
You're the one that suggested this movie from the 50s, so obviously, yeah. I'm not talking about you in specific, but yeah, folks in your generation, I suppose.
They're lost.
Yes.
They're lost, my friend.
Yes, Peter Graves was the pilot in Airplane. He was in lots of other wonderful films. Peggy Castle died quite young. She was an abuser of substances, as were quite a lot of folks in that era, I suppose. However, the filmmaker, the director, Burt Gordon, still alive. He is still with us. That shocked me greatly. I almost considered reaching out to him, but he is 100 years old. That blew my mind, though. Yeah, he was born in 1922, so he will turn 101 this year. Yes, the beginning of the end. It's yet one more in a very long line of monster films in the 1950s.
Welcome to our latest episode of Monster Movie Monday, everyone. It is certainly not Monday when we record this, and it may not be Monday when this movie comes out. But darn it, we're going to try our best. I just realized we haven't done that intro for a while.
It's yet one more in a line of Godzilla and King Kong ripoffs. I don't have much else to say about it. It's, the better living through chemistry, the dawn of the nuclear era. We thought, oh, the nukes are gonna, mutate everybody. And it's gonna, give us all superpowers.
If only. If only. I mean, I hate spiders with a burning passion, but if I got bitten by an irradiated one and I could slip around like Spider-Man, I think I could live with that.
I would let that spider bite me. Absolutely.
Ludlow.
Oh.
1 kilometer. Champagne? There's champagne already? Or did I just misspell?
A bit of a cold open here.
Oh. Appears we have stumbled upon the 1950s equivalent of an X scene. Yeah, boy.
Attaboy.
Oh, he's going for the neck.
This is, of course, what most of them were doing at the theater.
Oh. And cut to black.
Oh!
Title credits. Now the mystery is, what got them? Why did she scream?
What incredible filmmaking.
I like the score.
I do too. Set up a question. Set up a question that we want to answer, and then have us answer it.
They don't make films like this anymore nowadays.
No, they don't. More ways than one.
Mm-hmm.
It's an original song, Natural, Natural Baby. Okay.
It's only in the song. It's only in the movie for about 1 minute, and it still gets credits.
Try playing 10 seconds of Michael Jackson music on YouTube and see what happens.
Yes, the banhammer will come down on you.
Yes. He also did the special effects, Burt Gordon, I noticed, which I'm sure are going to be very, very special.
84-2. We'll be checking in 45 minutes.
10-4, car 254, KLP 646.
It's a very convincing car.
I saw something.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is champagne.
Oh.
Champagne. They're in the Champagne country in France. Oh. Well, I hope their warranty was paid up.
Oh my God.
I'll report in.
Okay, that cricket noise is beginning to annoy me. Can you hear it?
Can. Bit of foreshadowing, eh?
Who knows? Well, I know, but
Foul play suspected. Send homicide detail. Oh yeah, the driver may have been William Summerfield, 177 Decatur Street, Ludlow, Illinois.
Oh, did he take that out of the wallet of the guy in the driver's seat? The dead guy in the driver's seat?
I don't think there was a dead guy in the driver's seat.
Oh.
You heard the man.
They just find a smashed up empty car, and there's a wallet in there.
Oh, okay.
Of course, this is black and white, so that thing might be covered in blood, and we can't tell.
Right. And I am elderly, so my vision is not what it once was.
You're not that elderly. Oh, see? Blood, I think.
Blood.
Oh, it is blood.
Come in, car 88.
So they're in Illinois.
Car 88 to Urbana. McKenzie here. Go ahead.
Car 254 is failed.
That's not too far away from where I am if I have my American geography correct.
I think you're exactly right. Not too,
This is KLP.
Not too distant.
No.
Calling car 254. Come in, car 254. Urbana to car 254. Come in, car 254.
Oh, the police car's gone missing.
Urbana to car 254. Come in, car 254.
Hello, I'm at Ludlow. The whole town's destroyed. Everybody's gone. You gotta do something. You won't believe this. Send help. Lots of help. Quick.
This is actually a wonderful setup. This is so good. It's
Yep. And here we have Miss Peggy Castle.
They're obeying the Spielberg law. You don't show the monster right away. Of course.
Unless the movie is about the monster.
All right, lady, just
Monster's
down.
sick.
Any chance of getting through?
Right.
What happened?
Look, lady, just detour, will you please? Tell him to take that detail out of there. The old man is sending a replacement. Right.
I'm sorry, soldier. I should have explained. I'm R.E.M.'s National Wire Service.
Yes, ma'am.
How do I get there?
Sorry, my orders are to let no one through.
Well, that surely doesn't include the press.
I'm sorry, ma'am. No one is what the old man said.
But was it very bad? Many get hurt?
As I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by my internet hiccup. Illinois, is that the state where that giant chemical train crashed and burned, or am I thinking of another one? Or is that Ohio?
East Palestine, Ohio, I think you're thinking of. Yeah.
Is that actually where it went off? Palestine?
I think so.
Now, curse an ad.
Hey,
Curse an ad.
it's East Palestine. Oh my God.
Do you remember the good old days in the internet where there were no ads on YouTube? You just click and it plays.
Oh, we may be headed back there. Seeing lots of articles about the end of social media as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram get more useless.
Yeah. Well, Twitter most certainly, but
Yes.
you know, I actually heard a rumor that Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter were going to merge. They were going to call it YouTwitface. I cannot claim ownership of that joke. I am sorry. Oh, something's happened. The music is getting.
Look at her camera.
Take the camera, ma'am.
Oh, come on.
That camera is as big as my chest and like because my torso, and my phone is probably better at taking pictures.
Probably
Now,
so.
I know it's better at taking pictures.
Yeah.
I'll leave your camera at the roadblock.
Full on arm with a megaphone forming the Flash. Yeah. Well, that was.
When Flash was still a thing.
Yeah. Right.
According to special orders,
Good morning.
Able 6.
I'd like to see your commanding officer, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, she's going full Karen. May I speak to your manager? I don't know why Karen, like the name Karen, is synonymous with that. I have an aunt Karen, and she's the sweetest woman you've ever met.
This will cover the whole.
She probably
Nicest-
hates that.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
Actually, I don't think I've ever seen her angry. Come to think of it.
Are you the R.E.M?
Hi, Aunt Karen. If you ever see this movie, I sincerely doubt you will. But hi.
I read the book you wrote after the war. Liked it very much.
Oh, thank you.
You're with National Wire Service now.
I was on my way to Chanute Field.
I too have known some very kind Karens, but I do understand why the name has acquired that significance.
Captain,
Yeah.
there was a town
And apparently the male version is Kyle.
a town that isn't there anymore.
I've heard that. I've also heard my actual first name Kevin,
I'd like to avoid both.
which
You have
whatever,
no
that's
idea what
fine.
happened?
I'll embrace it.
Sorry, Lieutenant.
Captain, you can't see.
Yeah, you ain't no Karen. I'm sorry.
Definitely not.
I can't see you storming up to the kid like, I demand to speak with your manager.
Give us
No,
the
no.
police's story.
I've never done that in my life.
You have my word.
Perhaps not surprise you.
Sometime during the night, the town of Ludlow was completely demolished. The town's population, about 150 people, vanished.
Vanished.
No bodies, nothing.
All right, what they're doing, I'm kind of here for it. You know, they're setting up a mystery.
Tailed home through the wreckage for 2 solid hours.
So we start off in Lover's Lane with the couple necking, and next thing you know, the whole town's gone.
Sure.
150 people just don't vanish into thin air.
We're still trying to find out what happened. If you'd like to sit in.
Yes, thank you, I would.
Dave, what what time did you leave
Oh,
Ludlow?
I want you for the army. And listen now. Can you see Uncle Sam in the background there?
Of course.
I watched the television news at 10:30, so I sat there and watched that. And my daughter wanted me to sit there and talk a while. Then I got to thinking that I had to get up early, so I took off.
Did you notice anything strange or unusual about the house or about the way the family acted?
No, same as always.
When you were driving out of town, nothing out of the way in the street, the building, or the sky? No unusual light, some sound or movement?
Well, I heard something sound like thunder, and about midnight a plane went over.
All right, Dave. I can call on you again if I need you.
Oh, yes, sure.
Edna? Is that the telephone company's official transcripts?
I put through the last call to Ludlow at 11:59 p.m.
When did you first notice anything?
Telephone transcripts? Hang on. Are you saying that they recorded the telephone calls back in the
I told
50s?
the company linesman to go out there right away.
So the telephone lines could have gone down anywhere between 11:59 and 4:45. All right, Edna, thanks. You've been very helpful.
Was she? Okay.
Oh, Colonel Sturkey. Miss Ames, National Wire Service.
How do you do?
Audrey Ames, I've read a lot of your stuff, seen a lot of your photographs.
So she's a war correspondent. We've already established that, right?
Nice.
I'll be right
What a
back.
job.
I hope you understand how
Ernst
important
Hemingway.
it is to keep this quiet.
That's that sort of job.
If anyone wants me, I can be reached in Ludlow. by
Is he
radio.
the guy that basically televised the whole of Vietnam?
Maybe later. In
Like-
any case, not until we know what's out there.
Am I thinking of that? Like,
Oh no,
Reporter.
no! I meant Ernest Hemingway, the author. Yeah, like,
Ah.
yeah. Farewell to Arms, all that. Too, you know, For Whom the Bell Tolls.
which I still haven't read. I need to get around to that.
Oh, there has to be a lot.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
The town
War
of
correspondent. I don't think I have the stomach for that.
No, no.
Yeah.
This one did.
Did you hear that Susan Wojcicki is standing down?
I did see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the big NFT guy or whatever is taking over. It's about to get a lot worse.
The devil we know versus the devil we don't.
Right.
New York.
Is he technically our boss then, since we are YouTubers?
Great.
I'm not on the jet story. No, I'm listening.
Some moron that doesn't understand the platform. He was just
Yeah.
has an MBA and just kind of failed upwards. Great.
No, so like most bureaucrats then, huh?
Yes. Yes.
They have no idea what the hell they're talking about. They just start making rules.
You're not
Hold
wrong.
off for a while.
Yeah.
Now listen, Norm. A plane flew over Ludlow last night about midnight. Just about the time the lid blew off. Check on it. And
Boy, they are really just delaying the monster as long as possible, aren't they? Oh, there's a nuclear installation.
Right?
Oh,
Goodbye.
Nuclear. A telephone, like, in her car.
she has a car phone in the 1950s.
I think I saw a car phone in, like, the 90s when I was a little kid.
Sure, yeah, me too. My uncle had one.
I know. I
Yeah.
But I'd like to have my camera.
Now we all have 'em.
Sturgeon said he was
Yeah.
Hey, Corporal. Matthias.
Matthias.
camera back.
Oh, that rings the bell. Matthias. Red
Okay.
Wall. Oh, that was my childhood. If you don't know what Red Wall is,
Hello, Norm.
you had a deprived childhood, my friend. It was the Game of Thrones for its time.
By Brian Jacques, right?
Yep. I have the books right here with me, actually. I've never read them, but I need to get on that.
I have not either.
Did you at least watch the TV show?
I have not. No. I didn't even know it existed. It's
Well, fortunately for you, they have all 3 seasons on YouTube, and we will be rectifying this mistake in your childhood post-haste.
indeed.
When I say it's the Game of Thrones if it's time, I'm not joking. I rewatched the whole thing recently, and holy crap, that explains how I came out. It's so violent. Freaking show, just anthropomorphized animal. Anyway, enough of like anthropomorphized animals. Let's see what they're doing in the U.S. Department of Agriculture, experimental station number, whichever it was.
I bet it's a lot of talking.
We'll see. A lot of talking, you say?
That's my prediction. Yes.
Okay. This is my smug face, if you don't know. there's the score.
Yes.
My goodness, they're growing beach balls.
I beg your pardon.
This our mad scientist character?
I beg your pardon.
Is he just deaf?
Oh!
Oh.
Hello.
Hello, Peter Graves.
I spoke to him, but I guess he didn't hear me.
Oh, he's a deaf mute.
Oh.
Working with radiation can be dangerous. Accident last year cost him his speech and his hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm looking for the project director.
I'm the project director. My name's Ed Wainwright. What can I do for you? Oh, excuse me a minute. Nothing to worry about, just a slight catastrophe.
Snails.
Do you have these catastrophes very often?
All the time. It's hard to keep these little things from getting in. These are snails. Last summer it was caterpillars. And after that it was grasshoppers by the drove. And just last week it was beetles. Now, what can I do for you?
Well, Mr. Wainwright, I'm Audrey Ames. I'm with National Wire Service. I suppose you've heard about what happened in Ludlow.
Yes.
I'm trying to find out what was responsible, and it occurred to me that radiation of some sort might have caused the destruction out there.
Oh, 1950s radiation. Is there nothing you can't do?
No.
We're the only people around
It's
here
just
who use
magic.
radioactive materials. And isotopes aren't explosive.
Isotopes are explosive. No, they'll just they'll kill you in any other ways, but they won't explode. Not unless you split them or let the atom. Whatever. I don't know.
These are tomatoes. This, we hope, is the future of the American farmer. And for that matter, all farmers everywhere.
Oh, were those tomatoes?
Can you eat them?
Yep.
No, not yet. But we
Holy cow! They're trying to start industrial farming like 3 decades early.
How is it there hasn't been any publicity on this?
Oh, there have been a few stories in farm journals, but to most of the public, these giants are just freaks of nature. with No practical value.
Well, how do they get so big?
My friend,
Oh.
Well,
he hates tomatoes with a burning passion.
The growing process.
He hates uncooked tomatoes. I put him in that room.
Isotopes act as,
He'll turn into
sort of
like,
artificial
let me out!
It's his room 121 or whatever it is in 1984.
Well, that's plant
I get
essentially minerals.
room 101. I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Themselves out. They have to be fed constantly. Actually,
Strawberries in that. There's also a strawberry there, which, that's bringing up Vietnam. That's bringing up Vietnam flashbacks for me.
Thank
My
you.
mom and I made strawberry jam last year.
Well, right now I'm working.
If I ever see another strawberry again, it'll be too soon.
Thanks.
Nothing but strawberries for weeks. You have no idea.
Dreams about strawberries.
I could taste them in my sleep. Okay, so they're using radiation to grow gigantic freak of nature crops, and they're having
Let me inside, so.
bug infestations.
Greenfield is on the line.
Colonel, you just got back from Ludlow. You said
For those of you who just joined
I
us,
said maybe.
Well, how about it?
Tomorrow it'll be open to the press.
Oh, Colonel, be fair. I've played ball with you. Give me the jump on the other reporters who'll be in here. At least let me take some pictures in Ludlow. I promise I won't put them on the wire till tomorrow.
Well, I guess you rate that. For effort, anyway. Barton, take Miss Ames to Ludlow. And I hope you have a strong stomach.
Oh, bodies, he said. So what's the strong stomach for?
We're going to take some...
because they were consumed whole.
If we're not back in 15 minutes, better come in after us.
Yes, sir. Let him through.
Harrison, what could have caused this horrible devastation?
Hurricane Edna?
I've had enough. Some people use calendars to tell age. I could use ruins to count mine. I was 25 when I went through Seoul after it was shelled. I was 20 when I took my camera into Cologne and Berlin after World War II.
Must be used to it by now.
Is this a little tasteless to use like the World Wars in like a dumb monster movie? I don't know.
Again, it was the 50s. Everyone knew what that was.
Yeah.
about a drink to wipe away some memories?
No.
Good way to get rid of jitters. I know a little...
Captain, are you hitting on the reporter?
People vanish into thin air.
Well, around this part of the country, things seem to have a way of vanishing. Only a couple of months ago, it was a warehouse. Kind of fell apart overnight, just like Ludlow.
I wonder if these two events are connected somehow.
Captain's not worried.
Hello, Frank.
Hi, did you decide to come back and do a story on us?
Well, no, as a matter of fact, I came back for some help. I'd like you to do me a favor.
Anything I can.
Remember the warehouse that was destroyed about 3 months ago?
Uh-huh.
I want you to take me to see it.
Oh, well, I'd like to, but I've got too much work in my hands right now. How about tomorrow?
3 months ago, a warehouse was destroyed, and the one person in it vanished. This morning, Ludlow was destroyed. All the people in it vanished. Don't you see a possible tie-up?
It's possible, I suppose. What do you want me to do?
Just ride out there with me and take a look at it.
It's possible, I
I don't
guess.
understand what good that'll do. The authorities investigated it thoroughly.
The sheriff thinks in terms of crime and publicity. You're a scientist. You think in terms of cause and effect. Maybe you'll see something that the sheriff missed.
That shouldn't be too difficult. Still, I don't know.
One speaks sign language.
He says that your lips are easy to read, that your theory makes you a very bright girl in his book, and that he'd like to go along with us.
Oh. See where that's going.
When you barge into people's lives and drag them off to places they don't really want to go, aren't you sort of in danger of becoming unpopular?
That's an occupational hazard.
How'd you pick such an occupation?
I think it sort of picked me. I guess I was just born inquisitive. Ever since I can remember, I wanted to know the why and wherefore of just about everything I saw. I inherited my knack with the camera from Dad. My curiosity supplied the nose for news, and the camera supplied the memory.
And like any cat, you have 9 lives.
What about you? Have you always been interested in science?
Oh, I guess I always have been in one way or another. I used to fool around with radios and anything electrical when I was a kid. I was a radar officer during the war, and then I went into this when I got out. Ah, yes, I remember now that every time I read one of your articles, it was dateline from some area of flood or famine or war. Made me realize what a sheltered life we scientists really lead.
Sheltered? Look what happened to Frank.
He only he only became deaf and mute, and he's not riddled with cancer.
Of course. Isn't that what radiation does?
Yeah. Well, it also kills cancer, but it also causes it.
Right.
Like, make up your mind. Which one is it? You're the cure or the cause?
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah, but then again, everything causes it. Like
Sure.
Tobacco, asbestos, radiation, lead. No, wait. Whatever. I'll figure this out later. Why is there a warehouse in the middle of nowhere? I need to know this.
Why wouldn't there be?
I swear, these ads, man, they're killing me.
Very ad-laden film up there in Canada.
Yes. Again, as I was saying, why is there a warehouse in the middle of nowhere? I need to know this question.
Inside.
Think it was an explosion?
No, it couldn't have been. Any explosion big enough to destroy this warehouse would certainly have been heard in Ludlow.
What was it they kept stored here?
Wheat. Almost 1 million bushels.
It's a lot of wheat.
Wheat?
And there was surplus to keep the market from being oversupplied.
Why would the wheat explode?
Well, flour mills occasionally explode. Haven't you heard that one?
No.
The flour gets too fine. Someone lights a match. Next thing you know, boom! I think Mythbusters actually proved that it was possible.
Oh.
Yeah.
That must be what happened.
Oh dear. Sorry. Got sensitivity text.
I see what you mean, Frank.
What is it, Ed?
You see how barren this ground is?
All right, no more text messages.
I don't
Turning
know.
this off.
Horses have been
Well, this is deeper than horses go and much more thorough. Practically down to the roots. The horses pick and choose. They leave patches.
So that
But this is completely barren.
something ate the grass, ate the wheat.
Oh my god.
Did they eat Ludlow? Did they eat that couple in the beginning?
Leave it to old Frank. He'll make a botanist out of me yet.
I'm gonna say probably.
You're head of a government lab and you need lessons in botany?
Well, I try to teach him what I can about my field of study. He tries to teach me what he can about his.
Aren't you a botanist?
No, I'm an entomologist. The study of insects.
Well, then how come you're working with plants?
Well, the existence and development of plants and insects are very closely related. They're highly dependent on one another. As a plain matter of fact, one couldn't live without the other. And that's why I can't understand. Ground like this is usually teeming with insects. This area is completely devoid of it.
I did hear somewhere that for every one human being, there's about 17 trillion insects.
Back to the car for my cat.
I believe that's true. Yeah, they outweigh us by body mass by a quite an exponential factor.
Oh. This is where the fun begins.
What was that?
I don't know.
Run!
Ah!
Get in the car.
You good? You need a minute?
Has shown no radioactivity to speak of, sir.
It's a giant grasshopper movie.
Sorry. Sorry.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think I have broken the Wolverine. Oh, wait. It's Locust.
I paused it. I'm sorry.
Hey, you paused?
I paused it at 28.
I paused it on my 2017. Oh, dear. We're leaving this in, by the way. Are you good? Hey, movie. Moses called. He wants his Locust back. You good? You need a minute?
Oh, fuck. Oh, God, that was the stupidest horseshit I've ever seen.
Hey, I've seen a lot of giant bug movies from the 1950s, and I gotta say, that's actually the best looking effect shot I've ever seen in this thing. Like, it looks like it properly belongs in that screen.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, actually. It wasn't bad.
Giant grasshopper. How do you miss that? I know the guy's deaf and mute, but still, like you should. Like he's got eyes.
They hate the deaf mute guy.
Yeah,
they fucking hate the deaf mute guy.
They introduced him just to kill him off 5 minutes later. Oh.
Why did he sign language? Help me! I don't know how to do that in sign language.
Yeah, like, hang on. He's about to get. Like, why doesn't he scream? I know people who can't speak. They can still make noises. Why does it go? Ah! Oh dear. Come on, man. Gotta be strong. We'll get through this. Breathe. I'm getting a Charlie horse.
I need a moment. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm ready to continue this. I'm ready to finish this.
Yeah, you needed a minute. Of all the stupid movies we've watched over the course of this show, that's the thing that nearly breaks you? I'm genuinely surprised.
Okay, look. Here's where I'm at, okay? Here's where I have to draw a line in the sand. Giant lizard, Godzilla, scary. Giant ape, King Kong, scary. Giant starfish, The Suicide Squad, that's a comedy, scary. Giant grasshopper, not fucking scary.
Okay. Note to self, never watch the giant ant movie Them with the world.
Oh!
They actually use proper flamethrowers in that movie. They do. I'll find a link to like a clip of it and show it. We'll insert it. We'll edit it in right here.
I don't know. That might be scary. I don't know.
My dude, this was the 1950s. It was giant bug season as far as Hollywood was concerned.
Okay.
Like there was this movie with the giant grasshoppers. There was Tarantula with a very young Clint Eastwood at the last 5 seconds of the movie.
Oh,
there
wow.
was them with giant ants, and that I guarantee you somewhere I haven't found it yet, but there's got to be no way I have seen it. There was the Monster that challenged the world, which was about giant mutants, prehistoric snails. This is Hollywood in the 50s. There were giant bugs everywhere.
Okay, you're not wrong. They did a very, very good job setting up the monster, and it was all a setup for that.
I don't know what entertained me more, the movie itself or your reaction to it. I've never seen you react like that to anything.
It's like, what the fuck? I'm okay. I'm okay. Okay.
Okay.
I've accepted it. I've brought it on board. Okay, that's what we're doing here.
Yep, giant bugs.
We're here.
Not models. Not models of bugs. Actual proper grasshoppers that they had built, that they have either green screened in or they've got on a model.
Do you think he was going fishing and he just like picked up some grasshoppers and was like, "Wait a second"?
I don't know. It's probably the same thing. They probably got a dartboard at the end at the office. Like, okay, what am I going to write the script today? Okay, giant. Okay, giant. Nuclear. Bug. All right, and here we have the bug. Here's the bug thing. Okay. To be a giant spider, giant ant. Okay, grasshopper. That's a new one.
Incredible.
All right, automatic script writer, do your thing.
Incredible.
Locusts.
What are you talking about?
Locusts.
I'm talking about giant locusts. Giant locusts are responsible
Grasshopper E.
Are you nuts?
No evidence.
At least they're not giant wetas. Have you seen those things?
I have not.
They are actual giant grasshoppers that are about yay big.
Ew.
They can't fly, thankfully, but they can't jump. But they are literally horny. They got like spikes all over themselves.
Oh.
And they're from New Zealand.
Okay. That checks out. Yeah,
Insert picture of a weta here.
Yes.
Loading, Colonel. Buildings look more like they were hit with a battering ram. We found these guns at the scene. The kind people keep in their homes. They've been fired.
Okay, Lieutenant.
Now listen, Tom.
The kind people keep in their home, they've been fired. That's not bad, actually.
Lieutenant, phone Springfield again. Tell him I'm still waiting for those specialists.
Yes, sir. Frank Johnson is dead. He was killed not half an hour ago.
It was horrible.
Obviously, you're both.
So we couldn't show it on screen.
You've got to get some soldiers out there before more people are killed.
That would have been really hard.
Ask me to exercise discretion in dealing with you. Please don't make it any harder for me than it is.
You have to believe us. Listen, you've seen the giant plants out at the lab.
Are you trying to tell me you bred these things?
In a sense, I did, yes. Some locusts must have gotten into the lab, and they ate some of the plants or some of the radioactive food. Well, their cell division accelerated immediately. That is, they started to grow abnormally fast.
God bless the golden age.
Radiation story. So hang on, are you telling me that if we eat these giant tomatoes, we're going to end up as 8-foot tall giants?
Okay, is Spider-Man any stupider or less stupid than this?
Each one of them has the strength of 10 men. There are probably 200 or 300.
I don't know.
So last night, not satisfied with eating the grain, they came to Ludlow.
Yes.
Even if I went for your story about the size, it would be hard to believe they'd attack people. Sergeant?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to believe they attack people. Shouldn't they be stripping the forest bare
Yeah.
first?
I am listening.
Okay, monster movie, so of course they got to go for the people, and like logic went out the window about 5 minutes ago with a giant bug.
Yes,
So,
yes. We're well past that now.
we are well past logic, and we are into full 1950s giant bug movie territory.
Absolutely.
Strap in, folks. We're in for a bumpy ride.
I want 10 men. Get them on the truck.
Yes.
All right, Ed. You can show me the exact spot where you saw, well, whatever it was you saw.
No.
Well, after all, it's his grasshopper.
It's his grasshopper.
I think I'll be requesting a tank for this.
I know. We're just
Or-
going to take a car out there?
Nope, we're gonna take a Mondoose truck, apparently.
That's better.
Still, I think I'd rather take a half track.
Yes.
Or something with armor and a big gun.
How about a convoy?
Nah. I wonder if this was filmed in California and not Illinois. It looks like California.
I suspect likely, yeah.
It's got a 30 cal on the back.
Is the bug going to show up is the question.
I believe it will.
Or has it hopped along?
Or what you're saying is, did the movie blow all its budget on that first effect? Brace yourself, historian. That's all I gotta say. Brace yourself. There's gonna be a lot more of this before the movie ends. Stay strong, my dude. We're gonna get through this together.
Don't give myself a hernia. You're saying?
Yeah. Don't die laughing. They ate the whole. They ate the poor man whole.
Bones and all. He was an anchovy.
Yeah. Bones and all.
Hey, Frank. Maybe we could train one of these giant whatsits to pull a plow, huh?
Chuck?
Huh?
I don't like this place.
Ah, take it easy.
Well, I don't mind the banter here between the guys.
Yeah.
You know, grasshoppers are good eating.
Yeah? Must be a picture.
Grasshoppers are good eating? In what culture? Don't answer that.
Nah, no kidding. I don't
Mexico.
From Mexico.
You better watch yourself.
That's the one.
Liable, watch your step. Watch your step. They're liable to get even.
They must have seen something. Mr. Wainwright's a scientist. He's trained to see things right.
Well, these days they blame the atom for everything. Bad health, bad crops, bad weather.
And they ain't wrong in all three counts.
As he's swinging his gun around, talking with his gun.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for one of those guys to accidentally crack off a round and say, "Oh,
oh, that's that telltale sound."
Brace yourself, historian. It's about to get biblical in here."
Is that the same effect? Is it the exact same effect?
It is.
Oh, there's another one! Oh no!
There's more than one! There's more than one! There's a swarm! Right away! Stay with me, my dude. We're gonna get through this. Don't die laughing.
Okay.
For 1950s effect, it's a pretty
Dude, it's
effect.
solid actually. Yeah, yeah. Such a stupid monster. Ah!
It's the last thing that man's gonna see. Is just. All right, so I suffer from severe arachnophobia, and I'm not sure what would be worse: an army of a giant spider or an army of these things.
I mean, they're all disgusting.
Yes.
Oh my god.
They have their skeletons on the outside, for heaven's sakes. The abominations. Okay.
And every available man.
Okay, look. So, in the movie's defense, so, like, those POV shots of, like, diving in on the victim, like, they were using that as late as, like, John Carpenter's Halloween, like, the Friday the 13th films. Like, that's a totally effective tactic, I think.
I think they still do that nowadays occasionally.
Sure, yeah.
Not enough men for a couple hundred locusts.
There are more than a couple hundred. Before I heard them screech. The noise they made convinces me there are more.
How many are there?
I don't know.
Oh.
Countless numbers.
They are locusts, so they do breed like locusts.
Handle some oversized grasshoppers. Why, they'd Section 8 me right out of the service.
The locusts breed like locusts, you say? Oh.
They breed like Catholic rabbits. And of course...
I'm afraid he doesn't understand how serious this is.
After all, he knows what the military is capable of.
Well, that's just it. He has faith in regimental firepower because he's seen it work. But he's never come up against an enemy like this before.
Has anyone?
All you can.
Not since the Carmen Dipper.
Oh, I
Not since the Carboniferous era have bugs gotten this big.
I mean, even then, like dragonflies were like this wide, right? Like
1 meter wingspan. They had centipedes about as long as a Ford pickup truck, and tarantulas the size of a human head.
Right.
My own personal hell. If I ever go back in time, I am going to avoid that era like the plague. Where was it before?
We're at Congress.
Oh.
We're at the Pentagon, I think. The side of the Pentagon.
Up, and here is the documentary stock footage that every giant monster movie this era has to have.
And the fact that the giant's wings fail to develop, they cannot fly.
Oh, good, they can fly.
The locust is
they can only hop.
It's strong. Locusts follow a leader. Like the bee and the ant, they're able to communicate with each other. This communication or call is produced by the hind legs.
For audiences who don't know about locusts, I suppose.
People who weren't fortunate enough to be born in the era of the internet.
Yes.
Biblical times. We tried various forms of combating them. As a matter of fact, in our own country, the early settlers of the Massachusetts Bay Colony armed themselves with bundles of brush and drove millions of locusts into the sea. Now today, we'll attack a man. It has 2 powerful jaws that are edged with sharp teeth. It will kill other insects and devour them. If no other insects are available, it becomes a cannibal, turning on its own kind.
This face from, we've seen him before, this guy.
Now you've seen what the locust can do in its normal size, smaller than your thumb. Imagine, if you will, a locust that's grown bigger than a man and is continuing to grow, some larger than others, but each one a deadly killer. I hope you realize we haven't much time.
You are a scientist, Mr. Wainwright. You know what locusts can do. I'm a soldier. I know what guns can do. I feel secure the Illinois National Guard can handle this situation.
Oh, Guard, get the Marines in here.
The National Guard. Oh, no.
No, sir. I was greatly impressed with your presentation, Wainwright. I'm sure all of us were. Thank you very much for coming.
I'm afraid my presentation didn't impress you quite enough, General.
That's a total blow-off, right? Like he blew him off.
Start to move out of that forest. I'm not sure you'll be able to stop it.
What are you suggesting we do, Mr. Wainwright?
Hit them with everything you've got now. You need more men, a lot more men. You need tanks and heavy artillery.
As of now, the full strength of the Illinois National Guard is in the lines surrounding the Ludlow, Illinois forest. As I said before, Mr. Wainwright, you are a scientist. Why not leave the fighting to the military?
The man who knows what he's talking about is ignored by the Warhawk generals.
Right. I appreciate Burt Gordon's shot composition there. He's got the lines of shadow across the back of them.
Oh, something's happening. Something's happening.
General Short here. Yes. Yes, I see. Thank you.
Scientist has been proven right, I assume?
Fly to Paxton with Mr. Wainwright. We'll take charge of operations. Mr. Wainwright, I owe you an apology. The locusts have broken through our defense lines. Thousands of casualties. Our troops are reorganizing to prevent Paxton itself from being overrun.
Didn't have the money to film that scene.
The hill position in the suburbs of Paxton must be held. Otherwise, the 100 miles between Paxton and Chicago will lie open.
General, we can't land in Paxton, sir.
It's not.
Why not?
It just came over the radio, sir. Giant locusts have overrun Paxton at Fort...
Only 100 miles between them and Chicago.
Captain, I want these positions held. I want them held at all costs if humanly possible. Captain, have your map people immediately turn out 300 overlays showing the Chicago defense line as tentatively set. Yes?
Focus moving north, Illinois towns and
Peoria, Pontiac, and Joliet destroyed. Defend Chicago at all cost. General John T. Short.
This guy we've seen before, I think. I just can't remember which.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, I can't place him, but you're right.
Giant Claw? Was it the Giant Claw, our first one?
Oh, God, that wouldn't surprise me.
That was a while ago, the giant claw. That nearly broke me. That thing nearly broke me.
God, what? I mean, it's an academic argument. What's sillier when you have very limited special effects?
The bird. Big Bird's meth addicted cousin. Insert giant claw picture here.
Yes.
Chicago General, our emergency stocks won't last long.
Oh, they've captured some prisoners. I'm sorry.
POWs.
We've taken some prisoners.
Interrogate them.
All right, ship 2,000 gallons.
Sir, I don't speak cricket.
Hello. Who's speaking?
Squadron 12 just reported. They say they came down on the deck and practically drowned the enemy in insecticide. The chlordane didn't even slow them down.
Did nothing.
You'll have to come up with something stronger.
Mustard gas?
I'll do my best, General.
Oh.
Goodbye. Stuff's no good.
Well, in Independence Day, the American president nuked his own territory. So there you go. There's a.
Yeah. Are you suggesting they drop a nuke on themselves? Chicago next. Illinois death toll mounts as locusts advance. And that little thing, there's a building code change or whatever right in the side panel.
I miss close-ups on newspapers in movies.
I wanted to be.
You know, I actually paused a movie when I did that, and the text was just complete gibberish. It was just the headlines that was legible.
Yeah.
It was either that or it was completely unrelated to the story of the headlines.
When the beasts will inherit the earth.
Ooh, it's Fury.
Now we're talking.
They brought in War Daddy. Go get him, Brad Pitt. Great movie, by the way, Fury.
I'll put in that GIF. Don't worry.
No, there's no sign of the locusts yet, General. Out.
Here's where the budget of the movie was spent.
Right.
With an arc of 5 divisions to the west and south of Chicago. General Hanson.
Are we sure that's not Leonard Nimoy?
That's not Leonard Nimoy.
Okay, he was probably 5 years old when this came out.
Those forces already deployed by the Army.
That's 20. Okay, so 5 divisions. That's about what, 50,000 men? Divisions about 10,000.
I think that's about right.
So 50,000 red-blooded American boys versus a swarm of locusts.
Well, you need the scene of like all the tracer rounds going at Godzilla and him going, "Oh, I laugh at your small arms." Like you need that scene before the thing that actually takes out Godzilla, right?
Yeah, but they've got tanks.
True.
Oh. And the battle cry of the locust horde is sounded.
It's not very threatening. I mean, but maybe in a way it is. I don't know. Like,
it's got them panicking. Dang it! I signed up for the Army to get a free tuition into college, and I didn't sign up for this. Oh, there it is.
Hell yeah. Hold your fire till he's closer?
The tanks are doing something. The tanks work! Let them have it! Is the man seriously leading an infantry charge against giant locusts? You, sir, have a bad case of custard syndrome.
Civil War tactics, baby, let's go!
Six bayonets in charge!
Dude, that tank is flying.
those are armored personnel carriers from World War II. And the helicopters have arrived.
Ah, the stock footage helicopters. Yes, we were waiting for them.
All that's missing is Fortunate Son playing in the background.
If I can get away with it.
They keep coming, General. They seem to be gathering in a spearhead formation. They're hammering in a
Wait, they're in a formation? The the bugs are in a spearhead formation?
Apparently.
I guess fish and birds could be in a formation. So, as you said, the composite shots are actually pretty well done. Better than the crab or lobster or whatever in Teenagers from Outer Space.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And it looks like the army has been defeated.
We interrupt this program
Oh my
for an
God.
important announcement. The giant locusts have reached the Chicago South Side and nearby suburbs. I repeat, the giant locusts have reached the Chicago South Side and nearby.
There were so many locusts that the tanks ran out of shells.
Take shelter in basement. Take shelter in basement. Do not panic.
Dude, never say "do not panic" to a crowd, because that's like being fire in a crowded building.
Yeah, it's like saying don't look down. Yeah.
Like, don't look down. Don't think about it. You instantly want to look down and you want to think about it.
Of course. Yeah.
And of course the bugs are in. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the stock footage.
Of the crowds running away.
Yeah.
Composite with the bugs? It's not that badly done, actually.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
incredible. That's incredible.
Shades of King Kong right here.
Literally, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's the illusion for sure. They use that zoom in to, kind of hide the not great effects, I guess.
Oh, dear.
General,
Say good night, oh.
Drop a share incident. I sent for you because of a new development that may be favorable to us. The locusts have stopped their advance. They're huddled in the alleys and buildings just outside the loop.
The locusts got cold. When the temperature drops below 68 degrees, they just...
68 degrees? What is it, summertime down there?
Move in and destroy them.
They're not in hibernation, sir.
Oh, wait a minute. Are they using Fahrenheit or Celsius?
Deadly as ever.
Because 30 degrees is considered freezing, right?
Tomorrow, they'll be active.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 68 Celsius would be
B-52 loaded with an atom bomb.
mercury or something. That's not true, but
Drop an atom
very
bomb
hot.
on Chicago.
Washington has given me authority to do just that. As a last
They're dropping a nuke.
Oh, no.
They're nuking Chicago.
So, the last movie that I know of that did this, where you describe an action scene rather than show it, was Superman 3. With Richard Pryor. Gene Hackman refused to be involved. Christopher Reeve was involved for a lot of reasons. But, yeah, it's mostly a dead, thankfully dead, concept.
Except for Suit and Phillips.
True. I'm sure that's true.
Isn't there a chance the locusts could die in the night? Of the cold?
No, not at this time of year. Takes 24 hours of exposure at 14 degrees.
Liquid nitrogen.
There's
Charged
some way
dirt.
you could drive them into the lake. In Washington, you said the settlers did that.
Settlers?
Oh.
Oh.
Set up,
Early settlers in
payoff.
Massachusetts did literally drive them into the sea.
That's a good script. What?
Giants.
Chekhov's gun.
Exactly.
Wait a minute. We can't drive them. Not drive. But we could attract them. Attract. If we could reproduce their call, General, it might work. It just might work.
God, I see it in his face now that he's the airplane
Have
pilot.
you ever been duck hunting, General?
The duck call.
That's him.
Yes. There's one for bees, too. They use it in apiaries.
Giant claw.
It might work.
This poor guy. If this was the same man as in the Giant Claw, like he's got. I've seen him in another thing when the giant with the Day of the Flying Saucers, whatever.
A fast boat.
Like this guy's had to go up against like giant bugs, giant birds, aliens, anything else. Like this guy's got quite the career.
It's the Jason Momoa of his day, if you will.
You know, the first time I ever watched Jason Momoa was when he was in Stargate Atlantis. I think he was like 20, 26, 27 years old during that time.
What? He was in that?
He was a young buck. Like, he had dreadlocks like you wouldn't believe.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they gotta be around here somewhere.
There was one scene where he and Christopher Judge were going at it. Their characters were going at it, and I think he's one of the few actors I've ever seen go toe to toe with Christopher Judge and actually hold his own.
Yes, yes. Not get blown off the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You four men go that way, you men that way.
Right. Remember, we want him alive. Don't ask me how we're gonna get him to the prisoner to the cage, but we're gonna get him. It's the magic of jump cuts and editing. Adds every 5 minutes, I swear. All right, so what's the plan? We find this thing, and then what? We get it to chase us into like a cage or something, or what?
It's Peter Venkman's plan in Ghostbusters. Get her.
Alarm.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Oh. I'm fine with that composite shot. It's no worse than the awful composite shot in Tremors.
Yeah. Alright, so they know that sleeping gas works on these things, so here's the plan. We get a whole bunch of airplanes, we fill them, we get them to drop sleeping gas canister bombs on them, and then we go one by one and just stick them to death with a bayonet or something.
Oh my god, did this movie inspire Independence Day?
Who knows? Well, I want to know how they got that thing in there.
Fair.
Not too close, Major. They put that cage up in a hurry, and I don't know how strong it is.
A month ago, I was teaching my engineering class at the university. It was safe and secure. And look at me now.
Look at me now.
You know, I'm 37 years old, and all of a sudden I realized for the first time how much I've taken life for granted.
I guess that's something you can't take for granted, Major.
Yes, standing in front of a cage with a giant bug, you would be questioning how your life choices have led you to that moment. Like, you're standing there going, what have I done with my life? How did I end up here?
That's what would be on my mind.
What did I do to deserve this?
Dropping that bomb at dawn.
They have 10 hours to figure out something, and then boom.
How does this work?
Well, I've just attached these wires from the polygraph to the two copper strips at the base of the cage. Now, the locust, like every other living thing, has galvanic reflexes or electrical charges in direct ratio to its activity or emotional stimulation.
I don't understand.
Well, in other words, when we hit the correct sound or signal, the grasshopper will react to it, and the polygraph will record the change. Now, you notice how...
You're gonna give the giant grasshopper a lie detector test.
I think that's what they're saying. Yeah.
It's like a lie detector test, isn't it?
She said it!
But it's the first time a grasshopper ever got one. Now, if you'll keep your eye on the needle for any unusual jumps or dips, we'll get to work.
Holy crap, did this movie actually inspire Godzilla King of the Monsters?
I know.
Wainwright, you've had your chance. Now it's the Air Force's turn.
Oh, the bosses are taking over.
Operator, this is a top priority call. Get me General Wagner at the air base.
Look, General, the locusts outside will stay put until the temperature reaches 68 degrees. That's about an hour and a half from now.
Wagner, Chicago has been evacuated. Unless you receive instructions to the contrary by 0616, that is 90 minutes from now, you will order your B-52 crew to deliver the bomb on the designated target. Repeat the instructions back to me. Correct. There's no time to fool with that now. Major, get a detail of men up here to move this stuff. Bring some extra grenades for some of my staff car. There's a new lab set up for you at my new HQ outside the city.
I can't move now.
Well, you can't stay here, not with an atom bomb hanging over your head.
I don't have any choice. Look, up to now we've been using a filtered signal, and it hasn't worked. But it's just possible that the hearing apparatus of the locust can detect harmonic frequencies above the human range. Well, to test these frequencies, I need every minute that's left.
So what you're saying is that the bugs respond to dog whistles.
No time to be worrying about a big...
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Will you please leave before it's too late?
No.
Major, you and a detail of 2 men will remain here with Mr. Wainwright. I will station men at 3 observation posts. One in the sub.
I'd say screw you, sir. I'm not staying over here with a bomb hanging over my head.
Also, a helicopter will spot from above.
General, with all due respect, screw you.
Yeah, no. Trust you to do the right thing.
If you are successful, contact me at once so I can stop the bomb.
And doesn't atomic warfare, isn't only the president allowed to authorize and use of that?
True, yes. That's exactly right. Yeah, the president has a key. There's another person who has a key. They have to turn it at the exact same time. Yeah.
To realize something, out of all the giant monster movies I've seen, I've never seen one where they cut to the president of the United States and his reaction, because I want to see what the Oval Office looks like at this current moment in this film's universe. Actually, 1957. Who was president back then?
Dwight Eisenhower.
Oh dear.
He was very good. He was a very, very, very good president, I would say. I would say most people on all politics sides would say so.
I wonder what Ike would say to this. How we.
Getting the most out of that composite shot. They spent all their money on it, so why wouldn't you?
Indeed. Again, out of all the composite shots I've ever seen in 1950s movies, that's the best one.
It's actually really good. Yeah, they did a good job.
Ed, look at this.
Dig! We found it!
I think you've got it. That's it, Audrey. We've got it. And the cage is moving.
Oh, it's breached! Oh no! Holy shit!
They killed it. And he's dead.
Cover him up. Get that thing out of here. Emergency Emergency lab to Chicago GHQ. Emergency lab to Chicago GHQ. Come in, General. Are you there?
Now listen to me, Wainwright.
We found it, General. We found the frequency.
Good. Now stand by. I've got to stop that A-bomb. I'll get right back to you. Chicago GHQ to double B. Chicago GHQ to double B. Chicago GHQ to double B.
It's
Proper cockpit for that type of airplane.
Double B, come in, Chicago GHQ.
rather important message.
Hanson here. Your mission is canceled. Return to your base. Repeat the message. Over.
Mission canceled, return to base. Over.
Chicago GHQ to emergency lab.
Right here.
The show is yours, Wainwright.
All right. Get that equipment on the lake in a boat, and I'll be your Pied Piper.
It was totally on the water, for real.
I still don't understand. Why didn't you put the oscillator in the boat in the first place to send out the call? Why track them here?
Because we'd never get them all.
Ah, cover a plot hole here.
Here we are in downtown Chicago, near the lake. Now, the locusts are scattered all through the suburbs and on the south side. Now, we'll send out the call from here.
Yes, but that's going to attract them to us, not into the water.
Well, first of all, it's imperative that every last one of the locusts hear the call. Now, in order to do that, we've got to get our amplifier speaker at the highest possible point to get maximum range. Now, we've got ours on the roof of this building, which is one of the tallest in Chicago. Now, once we get them here...
Oh, I see, then the boat will take over.
Right. Exactly. Once we have them in the heart of the loop near our location, they'll be within range of the amplifier on the boat. Now, we'll then radio our oscillator signal out to the boat, and they, in turn, will rebroadcast it over their amplifier, attracting the locusts to them and into the lake.
We hope.
They will all drown, hopefully.
Describe a action scene rather than show it. Always a better idea.
What do you mean?
Hey, why show when you can tell?
That's where our observation posts and the helicopter come in. From their reports, we'll know the exact location of the locusts at all times. And if it's working.
It's 70 degrees, Ed. They're probably starting to move.
Emergency lab to all observation posts. Emergency lab to all observation posts. Report in. Over.
Observation post number 2 to emergency lab, over.
Well, what is your location? Over.
I'm situated in a store across from the Art Institute on Michigan Boulevard. The street is empty. Nothing in...
Observation post number 3 to emergency lab. I'm on the roof of the Drayton Hotel. Don't see any grasshoppers in this area, but the south side's getting some action.
Out. Emergency lab to observation post 1. Emergency lab to observation post 1. You did not report in. What's your location, post 1? Over.
This is observation post number 1. I'm right in the middle of them. I'm just south of 73rd and South Shore Drive. Out.
Oh my God.
Over.
Helicopter to emergency lab. The locusts are active on the south side of Chicago. As yet, there are none in the downtown area. Out.
Can you read me emergency lab? Over.
Yes, we can read you fine, General. Are you all set? Over.
We're not quite ready yet. I think you better hold off a few more minutes.
I think we better start now, General. If they should change their direction and start moving away from Chicago, we may not get them all. Over.
They prove that small arms can kill them. Just clean them up.
This boat has to draw them away from you at a split second's notice.
I'd like to start, sir. Yes, sir? Is that the wire that leads to... Yes, sir?
Note to self.
The amplifier, will you?
Ad blocker.
Oh God, they're all here. It's echoing through the skyscrapers.
Post number 1 to emergency lab. The locusts are leaving this section. They're heading toward Chicago's downtown.
Helicopter to emergency lab. The locusts are moving on the downtown area.
A model.
3 to emergency lab. The locusts are everywhere. They're moving toward your location. I repeat, the locusts are moving toward the emergency lab.
Michigan Boulevard is filled with them. They're everywhere.
Emergency lab to boat. Emergency lab to boat. It's working, General. It's working.
I heard the reports.
It's beginning to get just a little bit annoying.
Oh.
Well, that is quite obviously a postcard, and, well, he's dead. He's about to die. Again, people in this universe have absolutely no peripheral vision whatsoever.
Here they come.
They must have blinders on. Here they come.
Oh.
Look out, they're climbing the postcard. I'm in the building.
At least they cut it at the right times. I mean... Oh!
Wainwright to boat. Wainwright to boat. Come in, please. Come in.
Come in, Wainwright.
How soon are you ready?
We're ready as soon as we get clearance from observation posts. I'll check them immediately.
Observation post is dead, so,
Boat to helicopter.
They're still going in, sir, but it'll be a while before they all reach the downtown section.
Wainwright, you'll have to hold out a bit longer. All the locusts haven't reached the downtown area yet.
All right, we'll try.
I love it.
We can't hold out much longer.
Boat to observation post. Report. Over.
Post number 1. All clear, sir. Post number 2. All clear, sir.
I'm dead.
After reporting, all clear, sir.
Whenever you're ready, General.
Then let's have it.
Okay, go ahead, Audrey.
Throw the switch.
Helicopter to boat. General, they're
Some strange editing here.
They're swarming toward the water.
They're going into the water.
They're climbing all over each other, going into the water.
Yes. Drown, you six-legged bastards. Drown. Go back to the watery depths of hell where you came from. And they're all dead.
Clean beach.
Head for shore.
Are we sure we got them all? last possible second love romance plot shoehorned in because it was the 50s.
Wow.
Was this no sequel baiting?
No stairway. Denied.
Well, Brother Harrison, what did you think of, That's Great, It Starts with an Earthquake, Bird Snakes and Aeroplanes, Lenny Bruce is Not Afraid, I Have a Hurricane, Listen to Yourself Turn, World Serves Its Own Needs, Time to Serve Your Own Needs, It's the End of the World as We Know It. What did you think of that film?
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we broke him. I think we finally broke historian. In terms of like story, it's your box standard 1950s giant monster movie. Radiation's to blame. It turns something that should be a regular size giant size, and science discovers an impossible cure at the last second. In that regard, it's box standard. But what I like is the effects, like those composite shots. Bravo to the editor. That man earned his keep that day.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was not that bad. In fact, I thought the script was not that bad. There were like setups and payoffs. There were like character arcs. It was well done. I thought it was well done. And yeah, as you said, the effects were pretty good for the time. A very stupid monster, by modern standards, but maybe that made sense in the 1950s. I don't know. But overall, I enjoyed it greatly, actually. I thought it was a very good monster film. It was a very good kaiju film, really. I feel like it belongs in the kaiju genre, actually.
As we were watching this thing, I was looking over at your video feed on my end, and I noticed that your intake of what I assumed to be alcohol had increased. You're like, heck, I ain't drunk enough for this. That's what I thought. So that's what I thought when you were taking sip. Or is that Monster Energy drinks?
That may explain why I'm so positive about the film. I don't know. Possibly. That's true. It's a possibility. But overall, I liked it. Thumbs up.
So what are we going to give this? What's our scoring for this one?
3 electrons out of 5? I don't know.
All right, so for the overall story, 3 electrons out of 5?
That's where I'm at, yeah.
And for me, in terms of special effects, I'm going to give it 4 gigantic crickets out of 5. It did kind of get a little wonky at the end because with the crickets crawling up the side of the building, like you can tell, that's quite obviously a postcard that they're filming down on, but...
Why are you hating on matte paintings, sir?
Oh, nothing. No, it's just...
Lots of lovely films have used matte paintings before.
Yeah, you look like you're 100% done with this movie.
I'm trying to be contrarian and say it's great. There are a lot of things that I think they did really well. They adhered to the Spielberg... don't show the monster early. They set up the mystery. They set up the question. Like, oh God, what did this? Admittedly, the question was fucking stupid, but at least they set it up, right? And then towards the end, we had those great composite shots, and we had some matte painting work. And it was the 50s, whatever they tried.
Yeah, 50s. Again, for a 50s movie, it was pretty good. Well, boys and girls, cats and dogs, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed it, The World-Renowned Historian, and my reaction to the beginning of the end. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and also to remember to like, comment, and subscribe to our main channels. Links down in the description down below. Anyway, guys, this has been Harrison MacArthur and the World-Renowned Historian for Monster Movie Mondays, signing off. Be good, kiddos. We out.
All right, get out of here already. We're done. Go away. Leave.
Bye.
The show's over. Get out of here, you fuckers.
That's great, it starts with an earthquake, birds, snakes, an airplane. Lenny Bruce is not afraid. I have a hurricane, listen to yourself, turn board, says its own needs, tell me yourself your own needs.